Yo, y'all know what it is, man. Welcome back, man. It's Mike Donald, TDFA, man. I want to introduce, man. I got a real good special guest of mine, man. You, man, I can't name one thing that he don't do, man. It's we gonna get into it, man. But one thing for sure, man, I could actually say, man, he is one of the pillars of the community, man. Whether you know it or not, man, y'all know why I'm here, man. If they up on the screen, man, we give them their flowers, man. So we got the More Than a Coach podcast, also the co-host of the Mr. and Mrs. Marshall podcast. You see how I threw that up in there?
Yeah, I
Hey,
appreciate that.
so and then we also got just a he's a good coach, man, a good friend. He's also been in the military, man. So we can actually get into an in-depth view of who is the man that we call Mr. Kevin Marshall. So
Oh,
without further ado, man, I would like to welcome you, bro. And how you doing, man? That was your slight introduction. Now
oh, bro,
you
I'm
can go
okay.
ahead and give yourself, man, you can take the floor.
Hey, like you said, bro, thank you for that introduction, man. I'm Kevin Marshall, man. Simple,
Yeah,
plain. Most people call me coach around here. Been doing it almost 30 years in the city since I
yeah,
came from the army, and my son was 3 years old. You
yeah,
know, so he 30 now. So that tell you how long I've been in the game.
yeah.
Man, I just love doing what I do, man, working with kids, helping kids, and then as well raising my own family and enjoying my beautiful five granddaughters, bro. That
Man, that's a
that's what
blessing,
it's
man.
about. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so let's get to it, man.
Yes,
Like we
sir.
like to I just do turnaround stories, man, pretty much. And what actually got you up on this journey, man. So we gonna go a little further back, man, not too far, but
Yeah.
I don't mean to improve, but just get a feel for everything and how did you get to this point, man? Because everybody go through something or just learn how to control it. That's the way by you being a coach, you already know about it, man. So
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna get into it, man, to see just like who is the man behind that's doing all the yelling sometime, man. So let's
Yeah, it
get
is.
to it, man. So
Nah,
starting
man.
off, you said I shortened it down for a minute. I was thinking it was like 20 some years, man, but it's almost 30, man.
Almost 30
So
years.
yeah, man. So before the coaching and all of that other stuff, what was Mr. Kevin Marshall before the coach?
Man, before coach, I was like you said earlier, man, I did 8 years in the army
Mm-hmm.
after graduating from Buena Vista High School,
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't one of the top students at high school. I kind of hated school, be real with you.
Yeah.
And man, I just had to change my life, and I gave my life to the military, man, and did what I had to do. Served a year and a half in Iraq. I
Mm-hmm.
came home, bro, and still was kind of lost after being in the military. So I
Mm-hmm.
just dibble dabble, met my wife that I married to now for 28 years. Met
Mm-hmm.
her down in Flint at the club Copa. And next thing you
Copa.
know, yeah, Copa, for
Yeah,
real.
yeah,
And after that, man, I just, been raising the family and I just got involved in working with kids when I seen had a son, and started
mhm,
at elementary volunteering and the rest is history, man. Just
man.
working.
And like how you said, man, you took the words right out of my mouth, man. That word right there, man, it means something, man. You
Yeah.
said the rest is history.
Yeah.
So, like taking a step back, man, did you ever just because I read your post, man, and it was like, man, one day you're gonna actually sit back, man, and you're gonna look at this and say, man, I got an answer for this. You know what I mean? And I
Mhm.
read that, and it dawned on me for a minute, man. Good or bad, it depends
Yeah.
on how the ending is, man.
That's right.
Cause that dash up in it always count. It ain't matter what you do in between, but
That's
that
right.
dash count when you was born, and that dash, and then when it's over.
That's
So,
right.
uh, with that being said, man, did you ever see it turning out this way?
I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't. I
Yeah.
seen myself, like I said, I was volunteering working in an elementary ball and um a good friend of mine, Tom Grayson, may he
Okay.
rest his peace, man. Rest in peace. He asked me to start an AAU program. I'm
Mm.
like, man, I don't know nothing about no AAU. And I'll be real with you, bro. My first time putting these boys together, I got my son and his school friends.
Yeah.
Never had to practice nothing. We went to a tournament and we got popped 82-4.
Damn.
Yeah. And after that, I looked at my brother. I'm like, hey, bro, this ain't what I want to do, man.
Yeah.
He was like, bro, but look at them kids. Cause after that game, it was weird. Them boys was like, Coach, can we go to the carnival? I'm like, man, y'all just got beat 84-4. And y'all want to go to a carnival? And after that, I let them go, man. Them kids never lost again this summer.
Yeah.
And that inspired me. And I never forget talking to an old classmate, asking him for some tips. Because I wasn't
Yeah.
a hooper at BV. I was a knucklehead. And
Yeah.
when I asked him, hey man, can you help me with coaching? My man told me read a book. I felt that was kind of disrespectful. I'm like, damn, bro, I'm trying to, get some
Yeah.
focus. But in the long run, though,
Yeah.
he was telling me a secret and telling me the success story is in them books. And so,
Mm,
I picked up a couple books, started reading them. And after that, man, it just grew on me. And I
yeah.
fell in love with it, man, and just kept going, you
See,
know.
a lot of people, man, we get caught up. I mean, I ain't gonna, well, I could say a lot of people, man. We got this microwave effect because, like, we can't even say this generation. I hate when people say this generation because
Mhm.
we living in this generation. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I'm a part of it too. So
That's right.
when you say like, when some people say like this generation, man, or just certain parts, man, but a lot of people want the microwave effect. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? A lot of people want the Floyd Mayweather effect. A lot of people don't know how to take a loss or
Exactly.
just don't know how to bounce back from it or think that you're supposed to win everything.
Yeah.
So even with that, man, like you said, you started off, man, and you was like, so even after that first loss wasn't just a loss for them; it was a loss for you.
No,
How did
yeah.
you bounce back?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It was some kids showing me, man, coach, it's a game. Let's go.
Yeah.
And they
See,
went
yep.
out
And
and
coming
for
from out
real,
of the military, that probably was kind of hard for you, right?
it
Because you
was,
want to be hard on.
yeah, because
Yeah,
we was
yeah,
taught
yeah,
a
yeah,
certain way, and it's fast forward, you go forward, you never look back. In the military, you take a loss, that means you ain't coming home.
yeah,
So I'm so used to, hey, I gotta make it. My
yeah,
whole drive was we gotta be successful. But it just taught me something about life, man. And then just talking with great guys like the late great Lawrence McKinley, you
okay,
know, Coach Dawkins and guys like that, Coach T, Norwayne Reed, just
yeah,
having conversations with them. And I started, okay, I can do this coaching thing, bro.
yeah.
You
And that's
and
that's that's big ups, man. So
yeah,
even outside of that, right?
mm-hmm.
When you actually started coaching, because you got different rounds of everything. Like you still got coaching, and it's something that you just trying out, right? At the
Yep,
time, you know
yep,
what I mean. But every year, it's just like a job, man. Every year, you coaching, you probably get where you gonna go, and sometimes you don't.
that's
But
right.
what gave you the encouragement just not to give up, man?
It was about helping kids. It
Yeah,
was always something in me, man. When I was a kid, I had an uncle who
mm,
used to come home, man, and the neighborhood kids, he never knew them. And man, he
mm,
would mess with guys, and some of them be gang bangers, and we'd be
mm.
like, "Unc, leave them alone. They don't play that." "Oh, they all right. They all right." So
Yeah,
just watching him, I had a love for kids, and I think that's how I grew up, man. And I had come from a big family, on
mm,
both sides, mom and pop sides, and got a
mm,
lot of cousins. So I just was, always found about that, you know what, I'm gonna help kids. And that's just been my passion. And I think that's my calling in life, to work with them, man. So seeing kids, man, be successful in things, go to college, graduate high school, because that's a
yeah.
big step nowadays.
Yeah, and
Seeing,
that's one of the things I did want to get to too. I mean to cut you off,
no,
but
you good.
even with that, right? Because
Uh-huh.
one thing for sure, man, I keep my ear to the street, man. Just even if it was music or whatever it was, I still want to give spotlight to the
Mm,
city. I'm not even in the state, you know what I mean?
yeah,
But it's just the whole point of actually just sitting back, man. And like, sometimes I tell my kids these stories, or I'm on the phone with a certain individual, man, and they like, I don't know who that is. And I'm like, you don't know who? You know what I mean? You could throw it
yeah,
out like Olympian,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Just start, and they like, man, you don't. And then sometimes, like, I always been a good. I like history in
yeah.
school. Like, and my son, he
Okay.
said he likes social studies, but these is all around. In order to
Mhm.
get this, you have to. It's laws and stuff that you go by, even if he like math. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So I was like, I broke it down to them in a way that they could understand, man. And it's kind of like leveled up on me, man. So, I mean, let me ask you this: every year by you being a grandfather already, man, you know, them like, you think well, you already started off kind of like mild mannered about the kids, so you just let them have fun. So you think you play the same realm up in the coaching? You got
You
a
know
little
what?
lax over
I
the years?
I changed with the kids, bro. You
Yeah,
know, that hardcore Coach Marshall,
yeah,
if you talk to some of my old FOH kids and
yeah,
some of my young Bridgeport kids and the girls I coached at the high and Willie E, they'd be like, and I done seen posts, they like, man, coach would have did this to us.
yeah,
These kids are not the same as those kids.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you said earlier, you got to find each kid and kind of mold them and mold your actions to the way they are.
Mm-hmm.
I can't yell at everybody, man, and because they just not built the same. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And then yeah, I kind of I was thinking about that, man. So not only you taking a look at, like, somebody can say, okay, he coached, right? So to them, that's just he coaching everybody and everybody listening the same way. It's not
mm-hmm.
that way. Not especially not coaching. You gotta individually
Yes,
pick out
yes.
what's their flaws, what their weaknesses, what you need to do at a certain time where you know all of this stuff, and still
Mm-hmm.
while the clock is still tick time.
Still
You
watch
know what I
tick.
mean?
You gotta
Yeah. So
you gotta be on your toes, man. And this year's been a challenging year. But
yeah.
at the same time, I'm still doing it, still fighting and still pushing.
That's what I was finna get into. Like I said, I had my ear to the street, man. And one thing, like if they was actually a artist or something, they'll say, "Hey, well, this person does this." Well, one thing, man, that uh, people say, man, you get them kids up in college. You feel me? I do my
Yeah.
research too, man. And they say Kev, man, gonna get them people up in college, man. He gonna go out his way, man. And that was from two people, man. So then I also heard it from Otis Ray too, but the other individual, man, that's kind of good, man, that to actually hear you yourself, man, getting flowers from the community, man. And you know they
Appreciate
ain't always gonna give it to you when you
No,
want it, man. But
no.
I want to commend you for everything that you're doing, man, and stay
Appreciate it.
doing it, man.
Yes,
And
sir.
like, what do you actually want to tell, like, some of these kids, man, or even just their parents right now, man, like the household in general, man? What is it gonna take for them to build, to bring their kids to you presentable? You know what I mean?
I'm gonna be honest with you, because you hear so much stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Even here, you hear good, you hear bad.
Yeah,
And one, you bring your kid to me, he gonna get coached. He gonna get taught about just more than basketball. I'm
mm-hmm.
about life too, just like
Yeah,
my hashtag with more than a coach. It's bigger than the game. It's about life.
yeah,
Because everybody ain't gonna be able to bounce that ball, or when I was coaching football, run the football for the rest of their life. You know,
mm-hmm.
one of the beautiful things is just tell them, I'm gonna coach them hard, I'm gonna love them hard, and at the end of the day, if they stay true to it, trust the process, they're gonna be successful. Because
Mm-hmm.
graduating high school, that's first, and if they do have plans to go to college, then I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to, man, to get them there. At least play my part. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's good, man. And like that's what I mean when I say the pillar out the community, man, because a lot of stuff you ain't have to do, man. You know what I mean? And continue to do for so long. And
Yeah.
over the years, man, some people just try stuff for this
Hmm.
amount of years, even the job, man, you bounce around. You know what I mean? But
Yep.
that's actually I commend you for that, man. And like what do you actually like, okay, starting off, man, we got this now. So this is a new round. Let's fast forward it. So you actually taking tips right now, man. What actually got you into the podcast game?
Hmm. Man, I'm gonna be real with you.
Mhm.
3 years ago, I lost my pops,
Yeah.
and I went into a deep depression, bro. Still
Yeah.
hurt to this day, but
Yeah.
podcasting, I pulled my phone out and I was just on that record button, and just recording myself, talking about how I'm missing him and hurting and things like that.
Man.
And I started watching YouTube videos of different podcasts, and I was like, man, why don't I turn this into that and just get on and talk about how I'm feeling? So it was kind of
Mm.
like a thing for self therapy for me. You
Man,
know,
that's crazy, man.
yeah,
'Cause
because he was the one that I talked to, and I ain't had
It's
nobody to talk to.
it's crazy you said that, man. That exact story, bro, is my story.
Wow, that's
My
deep.
first episode of this podcast was the same day my dad died.
Damn.
Same day. My
Wow.
homeboy is an MMA fighter, right? It's
Okay.
crazy, now, but this is that's just how this work, man. Like, you know
Hmm.
what I mean? But in this same room, man, when we bought this house, it was an office already. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Wow.
So months later, my dad died. Same day he died, man. You know, we scrambling now. I was right here, man. I'm scrambling, man. I'm just like cloudy, my head cloudy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, one of my homeboys, man, he stayed in Cleveland at the time. He drove here,
Hmm.
and he's an MMA fighter. I used to spar with him. He's
Okay.
an MMA fighter, man, and we sat right here, man. I'm just like, I'm going through it. I'm just
Hmm.
airhead, like, you know what I mean? Just
Yep.
stuck. And I ain't talking, but he like, bro, you gotta channel it. You know what I mean? And I'm
Yep.
like, he like, bro, start the podcast you always want to do, man. And I'm like, I
Hmm.
swear. And I'm like, man, I ain't got no. At the time, I'm like negative about everything. I'm like, man, I ain't
Mm-hmm.
got no. I want to do no damn podcast. Like,
Yeah.
bro, you hear me? He like,
Yeah.
bro, just channel that shit. He
Hmm.
said it like in a way, bro. And I was like, I ain't got nobody to interview. Like
Yep.
in a way, I'm like, he just talking. Like, you know what I mean? And he
Hmm.
said it. Like, this is what he said. That's my first interview too. So I want y'all to check it out. But it's crazy how you said it, man. So he like, I never even told my story. I just kept driving, bro. You know what I mean? And
That's
it's
something, man.
crazy, but he said, I'm here right now. He said, I'm here right now. Just interview me.
Mm.
And it's crazy. I shot it right here, up in this office. It wasn't even on the ironing board. You know what I mean? I put my phone on the ironing board, man, and I recorded the first. So y'all go even check out Jaime Hands, my first interview. And
Okay.
after I did that interview, it did kind of like it brought something to light, man. Because I could, in my own way, I'm giving light, but I'm not explaining why I'm giving the light or how, or
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean. That's just up to me. It's all for me, man.
Yep.
So that's crazy that you said that, man.
That's something, man. I'm sorry to hear about your pops too, bro.
Nah, man, but that's good, man. That actually I ain't up in the boat by myself, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
That's
So
it.
yeah, so that's crazy, man. But how did you channel it though?
Man, just I just kept going, man, and my wife, she a praying woman, so she stayed on me, man, got me to start talking to God more, you know, even though I wasn't going through what I was going through, it helped, and I just used that, bro, and I used it in a positive way because I knew He wouldn't want me to be down all the time, but it was just every now and then I just needed to hear that, "Let's go, big son, let's go." And so I
Mm-hmm.
always just kept that in the back of my mind. And I just started doing it that way, man. And next thing you know, man, it just got me to doing it. And, 4 seasons later, I'm still doing it.
Yeah,
You know,
and I commend you for that, man.
yes, sir.
So uh like even with you, man, you gotta stay focused. Every day ain't gonna be the same. How
No.
is it that you able to channel that and still hold your composure, man? Because you still like after a certain amount of years, man, you still or even just putting yourself out there with anything,
Mm.
coaching, podcasting, you gotta hold yourself to a certain realm, man. And how do you just do it outside of your life and then everything that you got going on?
And I tell you, it's a juggle, a big juggle, man. At first, when I first started, I didn't know how to hold them all together.
Yeah,
It's like fumbling balls everywhere. Then I
yeah.
started prioritizing, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to do this on this day,
Mm-hmm.
coaching every day, family every day. And
Yeah.
then I started making little short time for it here and there. And, and I never, if it was a family thing, man, then I got to cut off everything else. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When it came down to coaching, my family knew. And if I didn't have a strong supporting family, I couldn't do it anyway.
Man.
Saying so that's really what I was doing, bro. I just started, organizing my life better. Instead of trying to run down that hill, I started
Mm-hmm.
walking,
Yeah.
taking
And
my
you
time.
get to a certain age, man. You
Yeah,
get to a certain age, you can't help but to anyway.
that's right. That's
Yeah.
right, man. So, and that's what I do now, man. And I mean, it's just easier. Now I'm just started getting back in shape, working out, trying to
Yeah.
get my health together and stay
Yeah.
grown because I want to see all them beautiful granddaughters of mine get grown.
Good.
So,
That's
I start doing that kind of stuff now, bro.
that's what's up, man. And getting back into it, man. Like I've been, even when I was young, man. I think during that time, man, I was growing up. I was in the church, and you know, what I mean, still trying to find my way too, man. And you was
Mhm.
actually one of the people that actually joined church, man, around that time when you and your wife. And that's like, to me, that's like looking, you just like one of them, like a story, man. You look up
Yeah.
to it, man. Like I commend you up on that, man. That was probably around the time where y'all
Wow.
probably just, you know what I mean? But in
Yep.
order for you to actually do that, man, it ain't too many people. That's what I commend, and that's what I
Mm.
give props on, man. And I'm happy to have you up on the screen and to witness it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? For the most part.
for sure.
So that's good, man. So outside of that, man, we got a couple of questions like the hot seat, and then we gonna go and
Mm.
get up out of here, man. So
Okay.
what promises did you make to yourself and did you fulfill them growing up?
You know what? I always wanted to go to the military, follow my dad's footsteps. So
Mm-hmm.
I did that. I,
Yeah.
al- I always said whenever I have a baby, I was blessed. I was gonna marry that woman. I did
Mm-hmm.
that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So, and then when I started coaching, man, I always said, I want to get to the top. I want to go coach in college. And in high school, I think I might have reached that. But at the same time, I made it to the Final Four a few years ago. But we still got a lot of work to do because I ain't got no championship.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I'm still chasing that go coach in JUCO college or wherever I might be fit to go coach. But that's my
Mm-hmm.
dream right now.
That's what's
Still
up.
staying on that road.
What's the most surprising thing that you actually learned about coaching?
Man.
Like as far as you could still have a certain style of coaching, but
Hmm.
these people ain't got the certain style of refereeing, or you know
Oh
what I
man.
mean?
You
Yeah.
know what? This year, I'm gonna be real with you, Mike, is I learned that for the longest since I've been coaching high school ball, I
Yeah.
learned to control my emotions a lot. Laugh at people, smile at them, wipe it off. But
Yeah.
this year, I learned that no matter how hard we work, we ain't working hard enough because they still ain't gonna give it to us, bro.
Yeah.
You
You're
know,
right. And
because
sometimes, man, you get in your own way. See, you got a
mm-hmm,
lot dealing with, man. You could be in your own way.
mm-hmm,
Somebody else could be in your way.
yep,
And the people that you think, man, you get surprised by the people that's in your way when you finally realize it. You like, man, shit,
yeah,
you were just behind me. You feel
that's
me?
right, for real. And
Yeah.
so
So
you're
it's
right.
like,
So
man,
your head gonna be on a swivel all the time,
yeah,
24/7.
yeah.
You know,
But for you to actually stay focused up on that, man, that's coaching all by itself, man.
yeah,
And you gotta have a certain uh sense about yourself to even do it, man. You know what I
mhm.
mean? Because it ain't for everybody. Let's
It's not.
just be honest.
No, it's
Yeah,
not. I done seen
yeah,
many guys come in trying it, and they like, man, you good, Kev. Thank you for the opportunity, but I got to move on. It ain't me.
yeah.
You know,
So what's the what are a few inspirations up in your life that you could actually say that actually jailed you to transition to coach or
man.
just to give back anyway?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It's watching Coach Dawkins at Saginaw High, bro.
Yeah,
Then when my son played for him, and watching what that man went through on the court, off the court, then losing his child.
yeah,
That inspired me to be the best I can be as a coach. And
yeah.
then I never forget one time I was in the gym coaching practice with the girls at the high, and
Mm,
Coach T walked in, and Coach come in there, man, you get nervous. Oh shoot, he watching, and he come over and called me over, and he gave me some inspiration, bro. And I always ran with that. And then
yeah.
the last one, man, that always motivated me. I never played for Coach Lawrence McKinley. But I know
Mm,
before he passed away, he came to me and he was like, "You're gonna be the next great thing for these kids in our city." And man, I took that and my head got a little big.
yeah.
At the same time, bro, it was an honor to hear him say that to me. And I forget when I went to his funeral, two of his friends said, you know, Coach Lawrence always talked about you as a coach.
Yeah,
You better do right by these kids. And I always remember that, bro. And that's
man,
what I
that's
try
a
to do. Yep,
that's a blessing, man.
for real.
So even that's it for my questions, man. But one thing I want to give you before we wrap this up, man, is your flowers, man. And just to let you know, man, that not only outside of your pops, bro, but you
Yeah,
actually is making the city happy, man. And we
appreciate
appreciate you for everything that you're doing, man. And
appreciate it.
I know you learned it, man, from your wife with the podcasting, man. So you know
Man,
what I mean, you got to
man,
play your role and your position up on that too, man. So
there it
tell us
is.
before we wrap it up, man, like the times and what you got going on with the podcast.
Far as with the Mr. and Mrs. Marshall podcast, you can follow us every Sunday at 8 o'clock. We won't be on this Sunday because of the Super Bowl. I actually
Yeah,
have a little family Super Bowl party.
yeah.
And so, you know, we won't be on, but we'll be back next Sunday. But and you can look us up on Instagram, Facebook, as well as YouTube and I still call it Twitter, but X.
X,
And
yeah. Everybody is, man.
yeah.
So
And then
yeah,
more
so
than the coach
uh
one, bro.
that's
We
what's up. So
that's
even
every
with the
Thursday.
podcast, what gave you the inspiration to start which one did you start first?
It was more than the coach. I started that
Okay.
one first. And then
Yeah.
one day I was in the basement. I think me and my wife was going through something. I think we had an argument or something. And I was
Yeah.
in the basement working. And then, man, I just heard a voice say, go get your wife and y'all start talking about how y'all been dealing with stuff. Somebody else need to hear y'all. Y'all can help somebody else. And I asked her, did she want to do a podcast? She like, I don't want. I said, look, we done been through it. Let's help
Yeah.
somebody else. And
Yeah.
ever since then, man, our first pilot episode, she always get mad at me. We was down here, I had some music playing, she started rapping. I hit the record button. So I'm gonna have to air that one again. But bro, it was the funniest thing ever, but it broke,
Ah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It broke her nervousness up. You
Yeah.
know, she ain't even know I was recording until she seen it later.
That's what's up,
You
man.
know, and after that, bro, it's just been a blessing, man.
Yeah.
I tell her, I said, it's really her show. I'm just
Yeah.
the sidekick, and
That's why I
you know,
say, man, you the co-host, man. You know,
yeah,
you
for
learn it,
real.
man.
It's her
Yeah,
show.
you
I
gotta get
told her.
your tools and your fuse, man. Yeah.
That's right. You know, so that's cool though. But I enjoy it though, bro, for real.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that's good, man. And like I said, when I'm outside looking in, but it's y'all look happy, man, and that's what's
yeah.
up, man.
Yes,
So
sir. Thank you.
with all of that, man, you got any shout outs before we wrap it up?
Man, always, man, to my family, you know, all my family, my loved ones, man, they know who they're about. I also give a big shout out to my nephew, Trey Garrett at Saginaw Valley. He just reached 1,000 mark scoring. Thursday night, he got it rewarded. And then today, he reached 500 rebounds in his
Damn.
career. So, you know, I want to give him a big shout out, man. And other than that, man, it's them family and, you know, the ones that know me in real, they know what it's about. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna speak no words on it.
man, that's what's up, man. So y'all go check him out, man. That's Kevin Marshall, man. More Than a Coach podcast and Mr. and Mrs. Marshall
Yes.
podcast, man. Y'all go check them out. Definitely, man. DM him for if y'all want to be up on the show, man. Even
Yeah.
mine, man. So y'all
Yes,
go
sir.
check them out. The information at the bottom of the screen, man. I appreciate you for coming up on the show, bro.
Yeah, I
And
appreciate you having me.
man, just keep grinding, striving for greatness, man.
Yes,
And we
sir.
appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
So
Thank
that's Mike
you.
Donald, man. I'm Mike Donald with TDFA. Then I fucked around. We out.
All right.
All right, bro. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
TDFA Productions.
Steady, grandma had roaches in the cabinet. I ain't really broke, I ain't have it. We were picking up change at the gravel. I don't wanna hang with no rapper, young nigga tryna hang with the trapper. Hate then the love, then the money come after. Playing in the church, I ain't listen to the pastor. I ain't wanna hoop, I would listen to the rapper.